What on crap thing? You got crack? Here I come.
He's Tyrone.
We get crack at the end?
Hey everybody, how you guys doing today? AMC Bigums here. I hope everybody's having a great day. This video is going to be about lit exchanges, why they're important, and most importantly, how you guys can order to a lit exchange and finally get out of this over-the-counter market and finally start to affect these market makers. These market makers are not on our side, and they're taking every single trade throughout the entire day in the entire stock market, and they're executing them on our behalf. While doing this, they're making a small profit off each one of our trades. And on top of that, they're shorting the entire stock market with the data that they're able to receive. Now, most people can look at this and say, this is my opponent in this short squeeze play. And one of the things you can do if you're in a short squeeze play and you have an opponent is look at how they make their money and try to take that away from them. Because if they don't have money, they're not going to be able to open up more short positions. And on top of that, that affects how long they can hold their current short positions. So, one of the ways that these market makers are able to control the market is called payment for order flow. Now, what this does is it basically sends all buy and sell order flow to Citadel and to Virtue. Now, Citadel is a lot bigger than Virtue. It's the biggest market maker in the United States. But the way that these guys make money is, as you can see, they'll take an order from either retail or this can be institutional as well. And they'll we buy or sell stock, we send our order. We'll send that to the broker. The broker now sends that to these market makers. Now, these market makers have a variety of ways that they can fill these orders, and they're going to look at whatever way is the most profitable way for them, and then they're going to fill that order and send it back to the broker. Now, some of the things they can do is, get it from another market maker to market maker directly. They can internalize the order, self-clear, which basically they have the shares in their, in their account, in their system, in their portfolio. They're able to use those to fill your order. They can also go to dark pools to get shares and fill through those. They can also go to ATS, which is alternate trading system, and they can also go through ISTA contracts, which we found out is like a third market. It's basically where the richest of the rich play. It's for giant banks and basically the top market makers. And they also can go to what we call lit exchanges. Now, when everybody looks at that level 2 data, that data comes from the lit exchange. If we were sending more and more and more orders to that, you would see more and more data on level 2s. You would get more and more transparency on level 2s. And that's something we all want. So that is one massive plus to sending orders to these lit exchanges. Now, back to the market makers and how they make their money. Now, they're going to look at all these ways and say, all right, what's going to send me the most profit? Now, when you use a payment for order flow type system, you're basically taking the exchange away. And now you're going from here down to here. So now any of these things that's not on an exchange is going to be called over the counter. Now, this is like a secondary market, and the reason people say this is because there's zero transparency on what's going on. We don't see that action. We don't see where they're filling it. We don't see all that stuff that we should see that we would be seeing if it was on a public data feed in an exchange. So, if you're on a payment for order flow, you're basically taking that away. If you direct your order to an exchange, you're now doing the opposite. Instead of taking away this exchange, you're now taking this away. You're now taking away all these abilities, and you're saying, I need it to be down in this one right here. Now, of course, the market maker, there's still market, manipulation that they could do, like front running and make money that way, but that's technically illegal. So by going, doing this, we are affecting level 2 data, and we're affecting the market maker's profits all day long. And that is huge. So, like I said, if you find out who your opponent is, you want to attack their money and their ability to attack you. Now, let's go back to the folder quick here. Let's pull up some. Now, I'm going to pull up some platforms to show you guys how to order to a lit exchange. Let's see. So for iOS, this is just iOS, not Android yet. Android is coming very soon. But on Fidelity, if you click down here, you'll see the 3 buttons. You can actually click on this. It's the beta experience if you're on iOS. And once you do that, you're going to go ahead and click on the bottom here on your profile. Click Settings. Then after that, you want to go ahead and click Direct Trading. Click this to On. And once you click that to On, the second you go to buy a share, you're going to now see a new screen saying what exchange would you like to send this to. And me personally, I always use the NASDAQ, and you can use IEX as well, or you can use the NYSE. Now, I don't prefer the NYSE because Ken Griffin got a lot of his power from the chairman of the New York Stock Exchange after Ken Griffin donated $2 million to that guy's wife. So I don't really like to help Ken Griffin's allies if I can help it. Now, if you don't have iOS and you're still doing Android, you have to come onto Fidelity Active Trader Pro. Now, at the top here, you're going to see Settings. Click on Settings, go down to Directed Trades. You're going to now see this screen. Come down here to Default Route, change it off Auto, and switch it down to the NASDAQ or the IEX. The IEX has now been added in here as well. Then you're going to want to go over here. You're going to see Trade. Click on Trade. Go down. On the drop down, you're going to see Directed Trade and Extended Hours. Click on that, and you can send a directed trade right to an exchange. Another one that we can do here is going to be, talk about quick, is you can do TD, TD Mirror Trade, TD Thinkorswim. On TDA, you can actually change it on the website, but I recommend reading the fine print if you're going to do it that way before you do that, because that will change your entire account to be direct trading. So just read the fine print on all that if you're going to do it that way. What I recommend if you're going to do TD is download the Thinkorswim app. If you download the Thinkorswim app, you can actually do a limit order during the day or during the trading day and come down here and you can hit exchange and go straight to the NASDAQ. And this way you're not changing your account fully over and you don't have to worry about all the fine print. You can just do this on a trade by trade basis this way. And you can also do Thinkorswim app on your cell phone as well. Let's see here. The next one we're going to go to is going to be Charles Schwab. But if you do Charles Schwab here, you have to do the Street app. It only works on the Street app, and it's going to be the same thing. You're going to want to go ahead and click on Order Type during the day, and click on, see at the top here, you got Venue. You can hit Venue here, and then change that down to the NASDAQ, and I don't know if they have IEX on there. I don't honestly have this one, so I'm unable to check. This is the only screenshot he sent me. Now, let's go into, before I go into a couple other ones, let's go into eTrader Pro. eTrader Pro here, you have to have JavaScript. So I'm assuming this is only computer, but if you go into this, you're going to pull this up, click on your tools, go down to your order entry right here, and then once you do that, you're going to see a drop down where you can look at routing. You can change that to basic. I was told that they have the IEX on there, but I'm not sure, but I think you can change it to the IEX, NASDAQ, or NYSE, but it's going to be right under this order entry tab. Once you do that, you can click on here. This is going to be your buy. When you go to one, you can change your destination right there as well. But you have to change it into the order entry tab to enable it first. Then, let's see here. Go back over here. Now, if you're out of the United States and you're in Canada, one of the things you guys can use is called Questrade. Now, Questrade, if you're going to go buy something, you want to click right down here on these 3 little dots. It's going to be your extra options. Once you see that, you're going to see this screen right here. You see this route. It's already clicked on Auto. Click on this drop-down menu here, and then you just change it to NASDAQ and hit Accept, and then you should be able to buy straight to a direct route to an exchange. Otherwise, what you can do as well is click on a limit order. If you do a limit order as well, you can come down here, click on route and change it straight to the NASDAQ that way as well. Let's see here, another one that you guys can use, and this one's going to go for Mexico, UK, and Canada. So this is called Interactive Broker. And what you're going to do is click right here on your settings. You're going to see configuration. Click on that. Then you're going to come down here and see the smart routing. Active. You have to take off. I'm so sorry. I can't remember what he told me to do here. Let me look it up. You have to click these boxes, I believe. And then once you click those on, right here, you have to click on Do Not Open the Dark Pools. And then after you do that, you'll get this screen when you go to do limit orders. So then once you do a limit order, once you hit Do Not Route to Dark Pools, this will pop up. And then you can pull the screen down and then pick your exchange that you want to do. He's got the New York Stock Exchange, but I do see the IEX on here, so I would recommend doing the IEX over the New York Stock Exchange. Like I said, not a personal opinion. You can do either way you want, but that guy did help out Ken. Just want to throw that out there one more time. But so we got Trader Pro. Another one we got is called Tradestation. Tradestation, this is going to be Tradestation with an E. I know there's another one out there called Trading Station, but that's not the right one. That one's got like Citadel attached to it. Do not get Trading Station. ING does charge you like a monthly fee. Tradestation does not. But if you have Tradestation, you can actually come in here, do a limit order. That seems to be the common theme for all the platforms is limit orders. So if you come into a limit order, you'll see down here at the bottom, you'll see the route tab. You can click on that and then change that to the IEX or the NASDAQ. So there's about 7 platforms for you guys to choose from. I'm still looking for Spain and China. I thought Interactive Brokers worked in China, but I had one person out there, he tested it and it was giving him an error. So I'm unsure if it works in China yet. But if you do live in China and you watch this, please send it to me. If you do live in Spain, please send it to me. I know that Interactive Brokers does not work at either of those. But thank you very much, guys, for listening. Love y'all, and I hope you have a good night.